Alright, Department of the Army Pamphlet 2521 with the Information Management, Army Cybersecurity, with the Army Craft of the Domain Solution for Data Transfer Management. Headquarters, Department of the Army, Washington, D.C., April 12th, 2009, unclassified. Summary of change. Information Management, Army Cybersecurity, with the Headquarters, Department of the Army, Washington, D.C., April 12th, 2019, with the Department of the Army Pamphlet 2521. Mark Miley, General United States Army Chief of the Staff, Kathleen Esmond, with the Administrative Assistant Secretary of the Army. Chapter 1, Introduction, and the purpose of the reference explanation, read the terms the applicability, cross-domain solution overview with the background, cross-domain solution, approval of the process, cross-domain management, cross-domain solution, approval of the process with the reporting documentation. Chapter 4, with the data transfer, across the security domain with the manual, the data transfer with the requirement required with the documentation, transmission guidance with the automation with the available data transfer with the cross the security domains, manual with the data with the transfer with the cross-server, the security with the domains, and chapter 5 with additional cross-domain solution with the resources of the point of contact online research with the technical assistant computer-based training. Appendix A with a reference evidence with a figure list with a table 2-1 Army cross-domain solution security with a domain structure with a glossary. Introduction, and we'll move into Army Corps with the domain manager, also with the cyber security, with the director, with the chief of the information officer, with the CIO, with the G6, with the Army chief, with the gun, with the Department of the Army, with the pamphlet, with the Army needs cross domain, with the management office, cross domain support element, with the Army, with the provide with the cross domain solution, over to start with the head, with the Department of the Army, with the levels, with the with the Department pamphlet, provide with the guns, with the cross domain, approval of the process, with the procedure, with the house, with the cross domain solutions, with between differing security demands, and help with the organization, with the cross domain solution capability, effectively efficient. Secure with the domain with the data transfer with the cross secure with the domains with the cross domain solution with the not available. The 1-2 with the references here appendix A. 1-3 explanation with abbreviation term with the glossary. 1-4 apt with the procedure with the Department of Army pamphlet with the Worcester with the classified for the Army information with the unauthorized with the disclosure and the diversion with the intention with the cause for the improper with the conduct with the data transfer with the cross with the secure with the domain with the provide with the cybersecurity cross domain solution. Protect with the classified with the negative potential with malicious intent with the buy with the use of the cross domain solution with the further the apply with the Army secret with the inoperability with the cross-domain solution of the government with the Department of Defense with the connection with the profile for the management for the Army headquarters, Department of Army Chief of the Information Officer with the G6 with the cybersecurity with the director headquarters, Department of Army Chief of the Information Officer with the G6 with the special access to the programs officer with the process with the cross-domain solution with the connection involved with the, and SAPs, which was SAPs. Special Access Program and see with the information from the Special Access Army Special Access Programs, Office with the paragraph 5.1, with the document with the non-office with the declassified downgrade, classification information with the review with the here with the technical risk for the data transfer, original classification for the already conduct for the information declassification, downgrade with the document with the non-applicable with the joint worldwide intelligence with the communication system with the top sheet with the transfer with the compartment with the information with the C with the contact with the information over the Army cross-domain solution involved with the Joint Worldwide Intelligence Communication System with the TS, with the SCI, with the data, with the 5.1, with the document that does not address the specific procedure with the hand, with the removal of the media for the finding, with additional information, with the specific process, with the procedure with the guarding and removal of the media with the DA pamphlet, the Department of the Army pamphlet 2524 with the Chapter 2 with the cross-domain solution overview with the background, secure with the domain system with the network operative with a particular extent with the level of the implementation, secure with the policy with the administrator with the signal with the authority cross-domain solution form with the control with the interface with the provider with the build with the domain with the automatically accept with the transfer of the information with the between with the different secure with the domains, access control with the domain solution with the control with the domain solution with the give it to you with the action with the compute with the platform application for the data for the side with the different secure with the domain with the cycling, give the license with the any with the transfer between with the various domains with the transfer the cross domain solution, the typical cross domain info for the security of the policy with the movie, the data with the screen with the information system, the operator with the different secure with the domain, multi-level cross domain solution, the typical cross domain solution, you with the trouble labeling with the store with the different classification with the allocation of the user with the access with the database from the secure with the domain with the credential cross domain, server the cross domain, server the provider access for the transfer of the information solution between the different secure with the domains. Figure 2.1 the representative of the Army cross domain solution, secure with the domain structure with the secure with the domain A with the reference and classified with the network such with the non-classified internet protocol with the router network over the or B with reference and classified with the network of the security internet with the protocol router network or NIPRNet and SIPRNet. The active of the domain will be automatically active for the transfer of the information between the different secure of the domain, discover the use of the special will proceed with the process of the mitigate with the risk and involved with the activity with the malware can be inadvertently transferred between the systems and the two secure the domains of another risk of the data transfer of the classified system owner of the disclosure of the classified information, filling with the data transfer of the procedure with the mitigate with the risk and ensure the integrity with the unclassified with the disclosure of classified information incident with the level of trust of the cross domain service of the security with the domain A and security of the domain B. Chapter 3 of the cross domain solution with approval of the process with the cross with the domain manager with the information system owner with the must contact with the cross domain management office. The team of the cross domain with the requirement if it identified with the ISO with the information service system owner with the submit with the cross domain solution with Chrome with the desk team with the representative with the submit with the cross domain server the requirement with the respect for the organization program with the information security with the manager for the Army cross domain with the management office with the contact with the information owner with the cross domain with the management office with paragraph 5.1a with the organization must not commit any of the reach over neither from within nor technical for the prior to be given the cross domain solution core with the Army of the cross domain management office with the engagement of the essential with the media with the schedule with the requirement of the Army cross domain management office focal point implementation Army SABI's cross domain solution organization with the cross domain with not recover the procure with the cross domain selection with the connection and requirement of the author of the defense of the security with the cyber security authorization working group with the Army cross domain management office to provide the following support with the DoD connection privilege with the SABI with the cross domain solution and the requirement validation the cross domain solution technology identification review with the authorization documentation requirement with the coordinator with the DoD agent with the Army sponsor with the approval of the boards or panels. Do not procure the cross-domain technology with the Department of level of validation, whether the cross-domain with the Department of Coordinator with the Army cross-domain management, whether the cross-domain management, the Coordinator with the cross-domain technical advisory board with the Defense of the Security Act, authorization working group at there with the determined with the requirement of the defense for the information security agent for the cross domain with the enterprise with the defense for the information security agent for the cross domain enterprise system. The preferable benefit of the cross domain solution with the network if the requirement cannot be done with the cross domain and enterprise system, and the capability requirement must meet with the technical list of the under the unified cross domain server the management off the baseline. If it doesn't even the cross domain solution not live in the you unified cross-domain server with the management off of the baseline with approval of the technology dominant with the capability of with the mission with the management with the cross-domain with the next with the development me with the mission requirement and with the Department of Defense instruction with the 8540 with 01 with the mind for the news with the requirement to undergo the lab based security assessment with approval of the known certification testing evaluation. And will be a chef of the security control of the success of the functional security requirements. Cross-domain the solution with approval of the profit of the global information grid with the interconnection with approval of the profit of the provide with consistent with a simple level of the consolidated with various connect with approval of the process with the connection with the network different security domain with the level of the DoD server with the agent with the most comply with the policy process with the COM with the Department of Defense instruction 8540-01 the chief of the joint chief of the staff of the interim structure of 60 joint chief of the staff of the instruction 62 11-02 with the D with the appendix H with the defense with the information system and the network connection processing guide with the 5.1 with the CDS cross-domain solution with the process with the provider integrate with the comprehensive with the consistent approach with the address of the share of the risk search with the connection network with the different security with the domain step-by-step with the connection with approval of the process with the SAB with I with the cross-domain solution documented with the DISM defensive information system network over the connection processing guide 5.1 appendix H with the Army communication electronic research with the development of the engineering some of the will permit cross-domain server the solution with the risk except for the developed the risk rating with the fee for the for the base for the corner with the cross information over the G6 with the memorandum with the date June 9th for the 2004 the notification chain with the service with the SAIB with the cross domain solution risk assessment the contact with the Army with the cross domain office with the coordinator with the CERDCEC with the communication electronic research with the development and engineering center with the regarding price information all of the work Army organization may attain connection with the network's different security with the domains maybe the revalidated with the cross-domain connection with the Department of Defense instruction 8540-01 Chairman Joint Chief with the draft instruction 62-11-02 with the D with the defense with the information security the network connection process guide with the 5.1 Appendix H for the Army cross-domain management offer the will provide the necessary for the template of the documentation and for the review is required with the supporting documentation. Each of the supporting the document cross-domain document show with the developer, the purpose, the owner, with the identifier, with the define, with the role, with the responsible, with the outline, with the Department of Defense Instruction 8540-01, with the Defense of the Information Security Network connection policy guide with the 5.1, with the guidance with the Army cross-domain management offer the following with the document chief of the developer, the drill with the SABI, with the cross-domain solution process, with the cross-domain validation, approval of the requirement with identify with the cross-domain solution mission, cross-domain requirement with the cross-domain, with the pending, with the source, with the technical information, with the risk analysis, with the detail, with the description required, with the data set, with the proposed solution, with the intercheck, with the partner, with the update, with the experience, with the drill, with the cross-domain solution, approval of the profit, with the time of the authorization, official, with the complete, with the cross-domain appendix, for the maybe classified, with the must be uploaded, with the due with the cross-domain solution, with the database of the Army cross-domain management officer, with the basis security assessment, with the previous known security, the testing evaluation, provide with the object for the security, the control of the assessment of the road, detail of the roadmap, how to conduct such an assessment, with the security of the assessment reports, with the provide with the sufficient detail of the determined accurate, the complete witness report, with the security of the control, with the implemented, with the corrective, with the operating intent, with the producing the desired outcome, with the control of the means, security of the requirement system, security assessment report, with the cross-domain solution made, include with the rest result with both the side of the lab base and with the security of the assessment of the cross-domain solution technology own unique list with the configuration security policy with the center energy CREDEC must be evaluated with the determine the risk of let me see if that will hover over the name. Alright, that doesn't work on this PDF. Each new update with the cross-domain solution technology require undergo with the lab-based security assessment with the between the CT and cross-testing and evaluation for the game of the Uniform Cross-Domain Service cross-domain solution management over the baseline approval of the cross-domain solution authorization, the Defense Information Security Agency, the DoD Risk Executive, the DoD Information Security Risk Management Committee, the Defense of the Security Acquisition Working Group, on the behalf of the authorized use of the cross-domain solution, act for the transfer of information for the different interact with the security domain cross-domain solution, annual with a review with a memorandum with a revalidate operation on the requirement of previous configuration cross-domain solutions. Chip the floor with the data train for the crowd, for the security of the domain man, with the data train for the requirement of the intent, with the data train for the guidance, with the balance, with the risk converting, with the data, with the control, with the needs, with the need, with the reallocated, sanitized information capability for the one, with the name, with the other, the untrained personnel, with the with the automated, with the tool, with the review, with the reallocate, with the information, with the critical, with the mind, with the balance time, with the effort, with the entry, with the level, of the concept, with the responsible, the product, or removal of immediately prohibited, with the security of the internet protocol, with the router network, with services systems standalone, with the workstations, and lifts, specifically authorized with the authorizing official over the individual over the organization must approve of the due to the critical mission need with the perform of the manual data of the training for the aircraft, the security of the domains, due with the approve of the removal of the data, due with the unavailable data cross domain solution, sent with the Department of Army pamphlet does not address the specific procedure of the requirement of the handling and removal of media, the additional information guide with the specific process procedure regarding removal of media with the defined with the DBA Department of Army pamphlet with the 2524. Authorizing official of the visual determining triple approval of property with the removal of media device over the include of the network user training program with the ISSM and the will issue the data transfer agent, authorizing only with the U with the demonstrator with the hand with the performance hand with the data with the removal of the data transfer of the UDIC with the incident with the proceed with the property with the environment of the authorizing officer with the provide with the written authorization with the ISSM and authorized with the user appointed for the removal of the media with the secret internet protocol router network infrastructure with the include with the full name of the rank grade with the social security number of the personal identification authorized individual authorizing officer will also provide with written authorization with each of the server system and the standalone workstation for the removal of the media with the DTA with the here with the data transfer with the inherently privileged who is authorized to perform secure with the relevant functions to with the maintain with the special access with the transferring information with the defense with the data transfer agent with the therefore with the required to comply with the point with the information ensuring training certification level of with the Department of Defense Manual 857001 M.U.S. Army Cyber Operational Order 2016-03 and Department of Army Pamphlet 2527. or the data transfer agent must comply with the site with the authorization offered to you with agreement with the conduct with the data transfer with the secure the secret internet protocol with the network and with the must have the written proof of the authorization offered to with the conduct with the with the data with secret internet protocol with the defensive data with the transfer agent with the provide physical protection with the removal of media devices over the data transfer agent with the must maintain with the data transfer records over the data remove with the secret internet protocol with the machine with the must report with the record with the ISSM with the defense with the transfer agent with the must own the remove of the media compliant with the process with the proceed with the authorizing officer with the authorizing with the develops the proceed with the conduct with the semi with the range with the periodic inspect with the data transfer with the child with the authorized remove of the media device ensure the transfer comply with the process proper procedure with the addition with the authorizing officer with the must with the same log set with the inspection with the curve with the report finding with the chain with the command review with the must integrate with the command inspection program with all the data transfer with the secret network with the non-DoD networks of the security internet protocol router network scam using with the National Security Agency files the annotation to later dubbed as XDAR. Data transfer cover the security with the domain with the contract with the facility with the prohibited contract with the requirement with the data with the transfer with the cross security with the domain two with the government control with the defendant data transfer agent with the authorized facility. 4.2 with the requirement with the document found with the violation except for the policy with the implemented with the authorizing offer the process with the procedure with the employee with the must be with the investigate with the data transfer the agent must complete some of the non-disclosure assignment agreement that provide with the assessment with the agreement that which offer the assignment with the ISSM with the agreement that proof of the mandatory training with the load with the army training with the certificate using the tracking system. All data transfer the ability with the data transfer agents will be reviewed quarterly with you with the privilege with the or civil with the necessary with the update. Commander with the I-7 with the data transfer agent with the must ensure with the uniform with the DC with the I with the incident with the response with the input with the rehearsal all with the air with the training for the solution permitted to all with the U with the where with the incident with the reporting with the requirement of the similarly response with the notification critical minimum with the effect with the incident with the uniform with the DCI with the operation officer with the ICSM maintain with the record with the personal with the system authorized removal of the media with the proceed with the secret internet protocol with the network with the environment of the authorized officer ICSM must meet with the individual training with the provision with the accomplishment with the transfer with the process with the memorandum with the equivalent document with each of the transfer with the accomplishment with the accountability with the repetition repetition over the critical with the data transfer with the main record for the review with the receive with the verify with the given instance with the receive with the transfer with the data transfer agent with the must send with the receive with the do with the data own with the file with the review with the top secret with the network sources. Each end with the data transfer with the remove with the immediate allude with the cross domain solution must formally authorize with the document with the log with the authorizing officer with the data transfer with the events for the document with the authorizing officer with the data transfer A with the memory with the log entry with the identifier with the transfer with the log include with the following information with the memory with the log include with the 2% take with the see with the reduced potential with the insider threat. So we have identification and authority release and with the release information time of the data redaction method of the tradition design network reach with the information time of the point with the contact with the information data transfer with the agent with the execute with the proceed with the verify with the result with the verify with the information each of the transfer with the capture with the include with the share with the file with the name and the extension with the extension. Forever the data transfer the perform on the record with the stage of status with the maybe the ISA with the authorizing officer with the every 30 days. With the reactive with the cover of the file with the enclosure with the side with the reacting with the cleansing action with the form with the native file with the negative tech file with the reduction sanitation with the enclosure with the identifier with the appropriate point content with the enclosure cannot be included with the native format. 4.3 transition guidelines. Yeah, with the training with the reactive with the re-allocated with the data with the removal of the media with the complete with the review with the content with the standalone with the machine with the hazard with the update with the very with the definition file with the clear classification with the originating secure with the domain with the designate with the data with the transfer with the user stand with the media with the label with the mention with the classification with the data transfer with the per existing classification marking with the scheme with the proper scheme with the form with the removal of the media with the authorized with the ISSM with the transfer with the data control with the removal of the media with the corner with the highest classification system with the media into with the supplemental army instruction official with the rules with the removal of the media with the DoD system and the found with the DA PAM 2524. Automated server that's available with the data transfer of the crowd with the secure with the main front with the list automated with the cross domain server that's available with the manual with the cross domain train with the crowd with the DOT with the further information regarding with each of the server that's available with the list with the website with each of the server that's with the name with the following tools with the reliable human with the practice with examining the file content with the ensure with the contain with the inappropriate information determined with the file properly classified. Until SharePoint with the share of the file exchange with provides one way with the train for the capability with the unclave with the network secret and internet protocol with the router network with the read with the SharePoint Intel share with the Intel link with the Gov with the share with the UI save source with the Intel share with the save with the be confused with the U.S. Army Aviation when it is not to be confused with the U.S. Army Aviation missile research with the development engine with the center save with the application for the provides you can put the file drop with the pickup with the share with the national and network network information protocol routing network only. So the internet global information for the data exchange with a one-way train for the profile with a one-way train for the capability with the machine with the network lower classification, higher classification drive with the user info with the train for the unclassified secret internet protocol network from unclassified top of the secret with the secret with the top secret with the glide with the internet gov. Defense of Intelligence with the Department of Defense of Intelligence Information System with the way with the transfer with the server with the provide with the one-way transfer with the document with the train with the network lower classification, higher with the classification, transfer security information, internet protocol with the network with the unclassified with the top secret with the secret with the top with the DOT with the DOISS mill. Manual of the data transfer for the crowd for the security of the domain with the products with the name of the paragraph with the 4B1 with the 4B5 with the with the Department of Defense Intelligence with the continue with the authority with the tool with the army with the conduct of the being with the security with the data transfer with the guide with the products with the deployment contact with the information listed with the individual product with the website with the tools with the terminal with the property with the class with the authority with the review with the RHR with the process with the ultimate review with the determined with the file with the approximately classified with the record with the file with the share with the secure policy with the RHR with the process with the review with the file with the cross main train with the policy proceed with the transferring file. Final sanitation tool with the list with the XD, the XD Air with the laptop with the Coasic, read with the content of the removal of the media with the also scan with the virus with one of the deep content with the inspection with the clean with the dirty words with the scheme with the head with the content with the only one with the good files with the inspection with the written clean media with the file with the do not pass, security scan with the mid with the avoid with the data leak with the infection with the TRESYS.com with the product with the XDA-ARPHM, the CompuSec with a toolbox system suite security application maintained with the 25th the airfares manual with the transferring with the data indifferently secure with the domains with the teams for information for the joint voice with the voice over the internet protocol with the defense for the information secure with the satellite transmission with the global with the 977 with the 6035 with the AFISIRA A6SE with the USA AFML. Department of the Army of information with a file with the transfer file 24 with the multi-direction call with the range file with the transfer with the server with the joint tab with the force with the intelligence mission with the only server that also with the height of the low load high with the transfer with the network internet protocol with the routing network with the security internet protocol with the routing network JWICS with the NSA with the net Centrix SWISAF Centrix Korea with the battlefield with the information collected with the exploitation system with the stone with the ghost in the network contact with the DAISS intelligence support. For more information over the SO at 703-706-2430, the DSM 3112 with the 235 with the 2430, SVOIP 302 with the 235 with the 431 2430, VOIP with the NSTS 96 2430. Of the Army Data Audit Manager or Adam Trex audit with the request for approval of the authority of the data transfer of the Army Military Intelligence Security Internet Protocol with the network with the domain of the Army the joint WIC with the DoD, information with the non-critical, cryptological validation with the atom with the SG with the recover the proof of the data transfer with the agent with the data transfer workstation with the proof of the authority with the atom is hosted with the main team with the DIS, main team with the deputy chief of the staff with the U with the DIS with the information support center with the must information 703, 706 with the 2430, DSM with the 312 with the 235 with the 2430, the SOVOIP with the 302 with the 235 with the 431, 2430, GVDOIP with the NST with the NSTS with the N64 with the 2430, email address U.S. Army Belvedere, NSCOM BMX, portal fee with the back with the mail SM mill. Chapter 5 of the Additional Cross-Domain Solution. Reach over the point of contact, Edward Cove with the Chief of the Information, over the GC with the Cybersecurity with the Director with the Army Craft with the Management, over the Network Information Protocol Routing Network, over the U.S. Army, the Mythic, over the Headquarters, the list, and the Telephone, Security Information, Secret Information Protocol, over the U.S. Army Protocol, over the Headquarters, telephone number, have special access programs, Headquarters Department, over the Chief, Deputy Chief of the Staff, Secure with the Defense with the Information. And we're going to highlight these points of contact. Online reach for the Defensive Information System, Defensive Information Security Agent for the Enter for the connection with the web for the DSA with the network and with the private connection mission with the partner training with the program CD cross-domain solution 101, cross-domain solution training, cross-domain solution computer-based training with the DI Defensive Information System with the flash file with the cross-domain solution 101 and technical assistance on with the air drill with the Army cross-domains customer with on free fee for service based for the CERDEC contact Army cross-domain management office coordinated with the technical solution documentation preparation, academic support, cross computer-based training with the computer-based training with the authorized personnel with the perform with the oversee with the automatic manual with the training for the craft with the curated meeting with the following training core with the provide with the guidance with the techniques with the information with the government system with the identify with the chief with the government personnel with the identify with the information training with the IA training with the DIS with the AT with the APIV with the launch IHM with the portable electronic data server with the removal of storage media training with available to the IH for the DAG with the and so we have Appendix A, Section 1, reference Army Regulation 25-2 with the Army cited with the Chief of the Information G6 with the memorandum of the notification chain with the strip with the secret with the below interoperable with the cross-domain solution risk with assessment with the Chief Chairman Joint Chief of the Staff with the 62 1102 with the Defense with the Information Security with the network responsibility available to DA payments 25-2 for the removal of media with the DA payments 25-2 Army Information Security with the system privilege the second with the non-disclosure of the agreement the Defense with the Information Security Network Connection Processing Guide Department of Defense Instruction 8540-01, Cross-Domain Policy, Department of Defense 8570-01, Information Sharing with the Work Improvement Group, U.S. Army Reserve Cyber Operational Order 2016-033, update with the document privileged users, related publications, AR 2501, Army Information Publishing Program, Department of Army Information Security Program, Information Sharing with the Supporting Computer Network Defense, National Information Sharing with the Glossary, National Information Assurance Policy, Public Sharing with the Sharing Information among the National Security Systems, the Department of Defense Instruction 8500-01, Cybersecurity, 85, Department of Defense Manual 5200-01, Volume 1, Information Security Program Overview, Classification, Declassification, Headquarters Department Army Chief of the Information G6 Memorandum of the Privilege X of the Information of the Network's Data Prescribed Forms. We have the Department of Forms Form 2028 Recommended Chain Publication Forms, and then we get into the Glossary Adams Army Data Audit Manager authorizing all of the Army Regulation Training Certification Battlefield Information Exploitation System Computer-Based Training Cross-Domain Appendix Cross-Domain Enterprise Service with the Cross-Domain Management Office Cross-Domain Solution Authorized Cross-Domain Alert Supporting Element Development, Communication, Electronic Resource Development, Engineering, CERDEC, with its Chief of the Information Office, Chairman, Joint Chief of Staff of Instruction, Content Locator, Examination of the Net Report, Computer Network Defense Connection Process Guide, Certification, Testing, and Evaluation, Department of Army Intelligence Information, Civil Defense of the Information Security Agency, with the Defense of the Information Security Network, Department of Defense Instruction, Department of Defense for Intelligent Information, One-Way Transfer, Civil Defense of Security, Cybersecurity Authorization Work Group, Defense of Switch Network, Defense of Information Security Network, Satellite Transmission Service, Global Data Transfer Agent, File Sanitation Tool, Global OW, Global Information Data Exchange, One-Way Transfer, Headquarters, Department of Army, Information Insurance, Information System Owner, Information Security Risk Management Committee, Information System Security Manager, ISM, JVOIP, Joint Voice over Internet Protocol, Joint Worldwide Internet Communication System, Non-Classified Internet Protocol, Router Network, Operational Order, Owed One-Way Transfer Pamphlet, Point of Contact, Reliable Human Being Interview, Secret Below, Interoperable Sharing of the File Exchange, Special Access Program, Security Assessment Pro Report, Standard Forum, Security Internet Protocol, Router Network, Security Testing and Evaluation, Top Secret for the Compartment of the Information, Unified Cross-Domain Civil Management Office, Unauthorized Disclosure, Classified Information, U.S. Army Command, Section 2, Terms and Definitions, and then we are done with the Department of Army Pamphlet 2521, Information Management, Army Cross, Cybersecurity, Army Cross Domain Solutions, Data Transfer Management, Headquarters, Department of Army, Washington, D.C., April 12th, 2019.